Alright guys, welcome to another beer review. Got a new one for me anyway. I just saw it, the label instantly stood out. Beautiful looking label. And you'll have to forgive me because I'm reading out the information on the computer because, yeah, that typography is gorgeous, but it's hard to read, especially when you're in front of camera. So this is from the Klosterbrauerei Weißenohe, or Weißenohe, and this is the uh, Weißenohe Klosterbier Altfränkisches Klosterbier. So, yeah, try saying that 10 times when you're pissed. So, it's a fairly traditional, old school type of beer, from what I can gather. Pain in the arse to decipher what style it is beforehand, because some sources describe it as a Keller beer slash Zwickel. Some people describe it as a Helleslager, and there are even sources saying that it's an Oktoberfest slash Märzen beer. So I'd be interested to see just exactly what this bloody beer is. But yeah, beautifully, beautifully presented. I love the artwork on some of these German Helleslagers and just German traditional beers in general. Absolutely gorgeous stuff. And then you've got a really pretty crown as well. So yeah, it's another Bavarian brewery, and I was looking on their website, and yeah, I think they do quite a few things. I think they're also they've got their hat thrown into the craft beer sort of ring. I'll put links down below so you guys can check them out if you do so. But be warned, the website is of course in German. But yeah, when I was looking this up, rated quite highly on Beer Advocate, which is strange for a beer like this. Usually beers like this are absolutely treated terribly on the main online platforms. I never really take the opinion seriously, especially reviews. But I was just looking up on some of the websites to get a bit more information before going into a review. But when you look at that beer in the glass, absolutely gorgeous stuff. A lovely sort of amberish, orangey, almost rust coloured look to it. Beautiful, beautiful rushing carbonation going up to that slightly pale brown, bubbly head. And yeah, it certainly looks, to me anyway, like a sort of Märzen Oktoberfest style beer. So yeah, looks good so far. Let's give it a little bit of a sniff. And that too, he smells like a Märzen. You get that lovely, slightly cakey, sweety malt character from it. Get a hint of spice, a little bit of ginger, nutmeg, maybe a hint of clove also. There's a slight salad leaf aroma right in the background. But it's predominantly like a slightly sweet malt presence as opposed to what you'd get from like a regular Helles beer. No real citrusy touches on the back end. According to the Beer Index website, which is, I think, probably the biggest German database of beers, it's classed as a C beer at 77%. So I'd be interested to taste this one. But on the aroma, smells really nice, traditional, lovely and malty. Let's give it a taste. Prost. Yeah, that's really, really nice. It's not going to blow you away with that flavour profile, but it's a very solidly crafted beer indeed. I'm going to say that this is leaning more towards the Oktoberfest slash Märzen style, but I do get that slight earthy, spicy tone that I get from something like a Keller beer. So it's a really nice come between both of those styles, but leaning more towards the traditional Märzen. Tastes really, really nice. Not as sweet on the palate as it is on the aroma, but you get that sort of like warm, nutty characteristic in there. And we're coming towards the end of February as I'm recording this. So the next big holiday is going to be Easter. So you'll be seeing a hell of a lot of like Easter Fest beers, Easter Märzen beers, and it's got that sort of feel about it. Like you could have this when you're having your big like Easter family meal, that sort of thing. But yeah, it's got this slight licoricey bitterness on the back end, which is nice as well. Very well-rounded beer, nothing too exciting. But you know, being here in Germany, I keep blocking myself from a view with this, and yeah, got bed sheets hanging around. It's all a classy production here at Clueless Drinker. You definitely get like a nuttiness, like a slightly burnt peanut, if you will. And there's almost like a slight, like blackberry or like a really dense, dark fruit character in there as well, which doesn't really add sweetness. It just adds a little bit more depth and a little bit more character. And then this lovely bitterness on the back end. Yeah, it's a lovely little beer. Nothing exceptional, but you know, like I'm saying, I've been here in Germany, and when you get all these beers that come at different seasons, it's really hard to differentiate beers from each other because they seem to fall into the same sort of style, and the flavour profiles are all pretty similar. But this is a really good one, and yeah, I'd happily pick this one up again. Beautiful artwork and a beautiful little beer. In terms of a rating, I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10. Very solid stuff. If you come across it, if it gets exported, then give it a try. Definitely one of the better Märzen style beers brewed here in Germany. But, you know, there's hundreds of brilliant Märzen styles, maybe thousands, you know. You could go from city to city and get so many different beers that you won't be able to pick up from the other city and the other regions, and that's what I love about being here in Germany. But like I was saying, you sometimes get a little bit tired of tasting the same sort of things all over again. So when a beer like this comes along and does something a little bit different, it makes it that much more rewarding when you go seeking out these beers. So 8 out of 10, really good beer. If you've tried it, let me know what you think. Check out my Märzen/Oktoberfest playlist down below for some more beers. And of course, I hope you'll join me for the next time. What? I hope you'll join me next time for another beer review. So thank you guys, and I shall hopefully see you later. Prost.